Sir, no, I mean, come on. Stop playing with me. I don't know why motherfuckers still play with me. You know? I don't know why people still play with me. I mean, come on. Get out of here. I've been doing this for a while, alright? Also, the shitty Spawn movie, with Michael Jai White, he's an amazing actor, an amazing fighter. He's, like, really legit. He's not like Steven Seagal, where he's, like, a fake. But, this movie was not it. Right? But luckily, I have seen the animated series, which is honestly peak. And I'm just so mad to this day. We never got a continuation. If any series deserves a resurrection, no pun intended, it's Spawn. Honestly, that animation was honestly so ahead of its time. It was so good. Oh my god! And this ended on a cliffhanger. Just abruptly ended it. That pissed me off so much. Man. Also, we have these two, still considered bad, but. I mean, looking back, what we have nowadays, okay, the CGI, you gotta admit, was absolutely bonkers in this show, wasn't it? Right? It was crazy. Nicolas Cage as Johnny Storm, he definitely brought his energy to the role. I don't think Johnny Blaze would be that crazy, like, in terms of, like, you know, the way he acts, his mannerisms, stuff like that, like Jelly Beans. I don't know. Nick Cage, you either love him or you either hate him, right? There's no in between. Me personally, I think I love that energy, and I love when he does crazy shit like that. Like, it just makes sense to me. Was he good for Johnny Blaze? I don't know, dude. I actually don't know. Like, I don't think Johnny Blaze would act like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, this video literally dropped like a day after I posted the Kratos versus Asura video. So I'm like, how crazy is that? We just saw the trailer for Ghost Rider and Spawn, and in that video, I was actually predicting that, you know, we're gonna get Spawn soon, and I was hoping that Spawn was gonna fight Doom Guy, actually, because it actually makes a lot of sense, because they both went to hell. Both Spawn and Doom Guy have apparently killed the god and devil of their universe, so that could be something interesting, right? Right? That'd be Spawn versus Doom Guy. That's what I want, because Spawn's also really strong. Spawn already beat Kratos in Death Battle before, right? Because he has a huge buff that he feeds off of the sins of others, right? Which is why this is interesting, because Ghost Rider also has something like that. He has the penance stare, where he grabs you and he's like, look into my eyes, and then he basically takes all your, I think it was guilt or sins, something, either one of those, or your crimes or some shit. Basically, he takes all the bad shit inside you and he materializes it against you, and he kills you with your own bad deeds, essentially, right? That's why all he needs to do is land that one thing. You know, I've been popping that shit in Marvel's Capcom 3 was hype as hell. You know what I'm saying, man? So Spawn also has something like that, where he gets stronger the more evil the person is, right? So, I mean, him fighting against villains is probably like the best situation, because like he literally, yeah, I mean, he's got an insane power, dog. Like I said, he killed the god and the devil of his universe. I don't know. Like, you know, like, okay, why would the devil make him stronger than himself, is the question. Like, Spawn was basically just like a regular ass mercenary who got betrayed by his team, and then he became Spawn. Like, talk about a freaking gallop, you know what I'm saying? Although, don't take that mask off, because that's the face only a mother could love. Even then, I'm not even sure your mom will like that. Your mom would probably, like, drop you on the doorstep of a fire station if you saw that face, you know what I'm saying? Got that Freddy Krueger looking ass, but, like, you know, still really cool. Spawn's, like, undeniably one of the coolest characters in fiction, period. That cape, I mained the shit out of him in Mortal Kombat 11. I was so hyped to see him over there. It just makes so much sense. Oh, he's so good in that game. And Keith David reprises role. It's just all overall peak. Overall peak, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had more Spawn fiction. I really want to get the animated series, the TV series, on Blu-ray somehow, or DVD. It doesn't matter. I just want it in my collection, because it's really obscure to find that nowadays. I don't have a lot of Spawn merch, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing I have is this movie. That's pretty much the end of it, right? Okay, now talking about the death battle, like I said, it's really close, because Spawn, I actually have no clue, dude. Maybe if Ghost Rider manages to grab him with the penance stare, then it could be game over. But once again, maybe Spawn has something up his sleeve that I'm not aware of, right? Spawn's already dead, so how can, like, he's already been, like, same thing with Ghost Rider. They're both just dead. So who's gonna? This is tough, right? But I guess we don't have to speculate, because we're about to find out right now. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Actually, I have no clue who's gonna win. Like, I genuinely have no clue, dude. I love it, just always perching on some church or something. It looks so freaking cool.
Spawn, the spirit of vengeance, versus the dark angel of Armageddon.
Yes. Give it to me.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived
Just
up
cool
to
names,
his
man.
name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could.
The devil.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's
Chemotherapy.
cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the spirit of vengeance.
So sick.
So Johnny
What are these cool ass names,
his
man?
name and burst into hellfire. An undead skeleton biker with a sick ass hog. The 5th scariest Nick Cage performance. The stunt
Fifth.
man from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named the character the same thing only 5 years earlier.
I literally had no clue that guy existed.
Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull
Contest of
down
Champions?
skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all
He's just
physical
so
damage.
metal. Oh my
Only
god.
holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
Oh, I think Spawn has a few of them.
His
Does he?
whole arsenal is hellfire.
No, he doesn't.
Ghost, he can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds,
Shotguns
or a
are sick.
flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his hell cycle.
Have you seen something? Have you seen anything cooler?
Base Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
No.
His boner.
That's what I'm talking about. This movie, man. It's so freaking weird.
And it doesn't
Boner, I
just
got that.
scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
Oh yeah, no
This
shit.
technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider. And
That is so cool. That
the
horse,
best
oh
of
my
their
god.
most famous
Just
move.
aura.
You know, the one that burns
There it
your
is.
soul to
Yeah,
smithereens
look
with
into my
the
eyes.
penance stare.
There it is.
Penance stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others.
Oh,
Every
okay.
cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher,
supposedly,
yeah.
because he didn't regret his actions.
Yeah,
but
sick.
it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't
Deadpool
necessarily
again,
have
shit,
to
man.
kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
So kind of like a symbiotic relationship.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, penance stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Hellfire, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As
Give
far
me
back
that.
as the
Give me that
Great
multiverse
Flood,
movie, dude.
Humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
It kind of is like Kratos
That
then, right?
makes Zarathos an angel now, or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another
Big
Ghost
red
Rider,
bitch.
Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
Sick.
And Galactus's fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse.
What does that even mean,
Kind of
bro?
awesome
Like,
power at Zarathos'
you lost me.
disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
sick. Sick
Storing
jacket,
the
man.
total power of hell
Come on, jacket like
itself,
that.
plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the
Ooh.
whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell.
I don't know about that.
As they
That makes
say
me sick.
though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil,
Oh,
feeding
shit.
off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's
How sick does
help
that look,
to
huh?
pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war
Infinite?
against demons without
Infinite.
and within,
Yeah.
mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the way
Scythe?
of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Ooh, cold. Chill. Okay, can we just acknowledge that? How can you be a straight male and not like Ghost Rider? It's so metal. It's a skeleton riding a flaming bike with a flaming head, with chains and leather and shit, bro. That is honestly the coolest thing. 10-year-old me thought it was cool, and guess what? 23-year-old me still thinks it's cool. It's impossible not to find it cool, right? Okay, now talking about his feats. So his weakness is heavenly weapons. Spawn also has a weakness of heavenly weapons. I remember they mentioned that in the Kratos video, and Kratos used the blade of Olympus, but that's not really heavenly because Olympus isn't the same realm. It's a different realm, but it's not heaven. So I don't think. I actually have no clue, dude, because what they came. I feel like Spawn has more control over his situation because he did kill who's the guy? Who's the devil in Spawn universe? I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, anyways, we're getting into this.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun.
American
painting
democracy.
The third world in red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The
Ha,
burning
nice.
was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the
There it is, Malvosia.
naked lord of the
I'm
eighth
K11.
circle of hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a
Sick.
superpowered commander of Hell's army.
Also the coolest thing I've ever seen,
For
man. Oh my
seeing
god.
His wife one more time.
Getting plowed by another dude.
You're just
Shit.
asking to get monkey's blood.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later.
Sick.
After his wife had already remarried and
Yeah.
had a daughter.
She ain't yours, man. She ain't yours.
Saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever.
And I love him still
His
for that.
edge wizard and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking
K11.
superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time,
I don't know, he can do
fly
Zawardo.
so fast He literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He
Huh?
can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules in crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Did he do that once? He did that once.
tried
Remember,
to do
he
that,
turned to her
but
husband.
Boiii cursed him so that he could only make himself. Yeah.
Oh, it's petty.
I'm a black man.
Gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit.
He teamed up with
because
Scorpion
runs on
Sub-Zero. Sick.
necroplasm.
Peak.
Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing
Jeez.
them of their evil.
Like
Huh?
Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins.
That's better.
Feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on
Goddamn.
others over your
Goddamn.
life.
Yeah, I'm titties, you know what I'm saying?
Some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
So
Yeah,
cool.
he's got unlimited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers.
Okay,
if he
noted.
runs out, he's dragged back to
Back to
hell.
my Boja.
Fully powered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
That was real, yeah.
As befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s gun.
Yes!
So his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually
The cloak, right?
bonded to.
Yeah.
His cloak.
Sick. So
Letha
cool.
Of the 7th house of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made
Freaking
from the
violator.
apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's
I didn't know that.
literally made of original sin.
I had no-
Also, the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also, a touch of vampire for
Cool.
good measure.
K's
Why not?
Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even
Doctor
helps
Strange's
Spawn
cloak
beat the
wishes it was
primordial
that.
Dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a
Damn,
weakness
CJ was
to
pretty bad in that
holy
movie.
weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own. How do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela.
Nice.
Great name for an angel. She had this
She's kind of a baddie, not gonna lie.
lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on
No way.
himself.
And
There's no way that's real.
Spawn was forever destroyed until he reconfigured reality to undo his own innocence.
It's comics.
There we are.
Just,
Good as new.
roll with it.
That has to be the first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his quest as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and
Freaking
even
violator.
his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad
How cool
guys
is that,
might
huh?
seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Balmosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But
Still a
he knew
slave.
it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Malbosia's head off.
Nice.
With a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of hell.
As king, Spawn is literally a part of Hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But
Time to pay that baddie Angela a visit.
created this god and Satan.
Yeah, this old lady's a god apparently. The fuck?
Existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes.
She's kinda bad
she
though, eh?
appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
relax.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine,
That is also very cool.
battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof! Good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley
So true.
he calls home, beware. Because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Okay, here's the thing though, right? Spawn. Okay, so they mentioned something in the Ghost Rider breakdown that Ghost Rider he did he kill Mephisto? Because I don't think he actually beat Mephisto. I think he's still like bound by the contract of Mephisto. Because if Spawn, because I mean the feats they're showing of Spawn that he legit killed Malboja and the god of that universe in a stalemate. He broke the stalemate and then he killed all that, and then he became the ultimate creator or some shit like that, right? So that's kind of a pretty big feat, and I don't think Johnny Storm has something like that. I mean Johnny Blaze. I don't think Ghost Rider has something like that, does he? Honestly, I'm veering more towards Spawn. Not gonna lie to you, because his feats are just insane, dog. Has Ghost Rider done that? I know he has an insane amount of power output, but has he defeated the heaven and hell of his universe? I know they did say that it's like a omniversal threat, Ghost Rider, his power, and the one time he became the Lord of Hell. Essentially, he started taking the souls and he took in their evil too. Honestly, Spawn probably.
All right, the combatants are set.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
You always get it right, Boomstick. You already know what it is, man. One hell of a battle. All right, honestly, bro.
Nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Why you gotta drop lines all the time, man? Always arm maxing.
Squirmed from hellspawn.
Or a farming. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's like, yeah, I seen the show. Yeah. Honestly, bro, I don't even know, man. I'd probably say Spawn. And there's no bias because I love both these guys equally because they're both like really, really, really cool.
It's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna have to say Spawn, dog. I don't even know. I didn't even know, dude. Like, come on, bro. Like, Spawn? It's gotta be Spawn, man. Of course, you had to have Metal Track. Give me a Metal Track. Come on.
You fight like a bum.
That's the thing.
Your damnation.
I'm just gonna work on him. Look, yeah, his time's running out. That's another thing. Al Simmons is more trained than Johnny Blaze in combat. Look at that infinite. Ooh, you can't. I'll just respawn, boy. What do you think I got my name from? Dragging you down to hell with me.
Come to hell.
I've been here. No need to welcome you. I've been here. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe he can actually pull a Zawardo. That's actually insane, dog.
Be damned.
You already are. Yeah, man, I gotta give to Spawn, dog. And there's no bias because I love both these guys equally. Yeah. I gotta give to Spawn, man. Come on. Spawn's kind of getting his ass kicked right now, which usually means that he will. Oh, he's already ascended. Okay, sick.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Why are you dropping these lines, man? What's up with all this fire, dog? No pun intended, of course. Okay, so Spawn is in his holy mode, and as we all know, holy weapons and just aura in general hurts Ghost Rider. So maybe Spawn's got a chance over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, the wings!
Al Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
What's this?
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste taste of your own goddamn medicine.
Why are they dropping banger lines, man? Who's writing this shit?
He's the Prince of Mine. Wait, I'm an innocent.
Have a taste of your own. Oh my god!
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
I am so glad I voted for him. I am so glad.
Damn!
Literally. This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
I'm so glad I was right. I'm so glad I was right.
Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes.
Right,
Similar
right.
in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Right.
Ghost
Yeah.
Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny
Skill
actively
100%
represents
Alchemist,
Zarathos'
yeah.
influence. So Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full blue.
That's what I was saying, right?
Spawn
Yeah.
definitely had the edge in skill.
Uh-huh.
He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that.
That's what's up,
And
right?
that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good?
What is
Well,
that?
You can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos could.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls,
That's what I'm saying.
he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
Just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done.
Ooh,
A
that's gotta hurt.
penance Squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal
Welcome to hell, motherfucker.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was
He's just
too
too
unkillable
badass,
for
man. Oh my God.
Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
Is
it.
Spawn.
That is.
Next
Oh my
time
goodness.
on
Okay,
Death
let me see it. Let me see it. What we got? This is a My Hero Macadamia Nut. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Subscribe and join
Right.
as a member to
I
see
got
more
both of
Death
them.
Battle.
Wow, I got both
Thanks
of
for
them.
watching.
I don't even watch anime that much. I watched anime like a couple of years ago, but I'm so glad I hit on the head. I saw that All Might guy. I know he's from My Hero Macadamia Nut, and I saw the guy with the white hair and the fucked up face. That's Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, I'm with the shits, man. Right? Even when I don't know shit, I'm with the shits. But oh my goodness, this has to be one of the best. What do you call it? Death battles in a while, man. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that, and because oh my god, why am I sweating, dog? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad I bet on Spawn because I just had a feeling, goddammit. And this is okay. By the way, this is Spawn's second win in Death Battle. he's not here often. The last episode he had was like more than 10 years ago with Kratos, right? And that was like short. It was a short video, right? But this obviously has nowadays they have more production and this and that. Okay, can we just please acknowledge the fact that who the hell wrote this shit? Bro's absolutely cooking. He is cooking with gas. Is it with gas or with oil? I actually don't remember. But dropping absolute bars. And the good thing is that it's 100% in character with Spawn. Spawn would 100% say this stuff. Like, oh, I remember there was a quote, a line in MK11. What did he say? He's like, he was fighting against Shao Kahn, and then he said,
"Today's the day, skullfucker."
He's always dropping lines like that, man. In the show, in the game, no matter where you go, man, he's always dropping bars. Just bars on bars, man. Oh my god. And they 100% got it. These guys understand the character, right? Yeah. I knew for a fact the second he turned to Divine Spawn, I knew it was over, because that's his weakness, right? Johnny Blaze's weakness, it's the heavenly divine weapons. Right, and obviously, like Spawn wasn't using a weapon, but he himself was a weapon because he was radiating that divine energy. And yeah, also like I mentioned, Johnny Blaze is still stuck with Zarathos, whereas Spawn has been free of it. He's literally killed the god and the devil of that universe, and essentially became the creator of that universe. So that's why, all things considered, that's why I had to give to Spawn. I just felt it in my gut right here, and I know I'm usually wrong on these death battles. I usually bet on the wrong person and I lose, but this time I'm glad I bet on the right person. Yeah, Spawn just feels right. Okay, now more than anything, Spawn is on a winning streak. He won against Kratos. He won against Ghost Rider. Man, Ghost Rider can't catch up, right? He lost against Lobo too. You know that, right? Ghost Rider, he fought Lobo and he lost in that one too. Ghost Rider needs a win, man. He's too cool to not win. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that being said, just because Spawn won doesn't mean I think less of Ghost Rider. He's still one of the coolest characters, like, in Marvel. Period. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait for him to show up in Marvel Rivals. He's gotta. Right? I gotta play that game. I really gotta get on play the game. But yeah, but Spawn is on a goddamn winning streak. All right, he has to. We 100% need Spawn versus Doom Guy. That, if I see that, I can die a happy man. That's all I need. That's all I need. All right, I need to see Spawn versus Doom Guy. I need to see that shit. Oh my god. Wow, because they say Doom Guy's power output is also insane because he also killed the god and devil of his universe. So once again, I want to see that shit. They got a lot in common. Right, they got a lot in common. Except I think Doom Guy went to hell willingly, right? Whereas Spawn was damned. He was cursed to hell. Right? I gotta see that. Right? Give us, come on, you gotta give it, man. I know it might be a while till we get that episode, but it has to happen. Someone please keep on harassing Death Battle. And tell them to make that video. We need it now. Although, you know what? I think they might just wait because Dark Ages is coming out. What do you call it? Doom Dark Ages? Doom the Dark Ages. It's the next game in the Doom franchise, essentially. Is that a trilogy with Doom 2016, Eternal, and is that a trilogy with Dark Ages? I don't know, but I think they might just wait for Dark Ages to come out because then they'll know the full extent of the Doom Guy's power. Whereas I think, do they still make Spawn comics? I mean, do they still make comics? They probably do, but like, Spawn's like really old. Like, he hasn't had a lot of entries in it. Like, I'm telling you, the newest thing he had was that a guest appearance in Mortal Kombat 11. He also showed up in Soul Calibur 2, but that was only for the Xbox, right? So I mean, yeah, he's been around, but like, it's still a really old IP, and only like the OGs know him, and like, he's really goated for that. But yeah, no, Spawn needs this, man. We need Spawn versus Doom Guy. I want that more than anything else. That's, at the moment, that's my Death Battle wish list. I want Spawn versus Doom Guy as #1 priority. You know what I'm saying? Who else would I want to see? I want Mr. Fantastic versus Plastic Man, probably. That would be interesting. I want to see that. Yeah, who would win exactly? I feel like just off of my ignorance, I'd probably say Plastic Man, because I know he's like one of the scariest characters in DC if used correctly. Like, if he turns evil, he's genuinely like a threat, because you can't really kill the guy because his molecular structure is like so crazy. How do you put this guy down? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but then again, like, Reed is super smart. He definitely has that intellect, so he probably find a way to destroy him or something. I don't know. He's the world's smartest man, right? So I mean, he probably could fix something. Honestly, I don't know. But at the moment, right now, it's Spawn versus Doom Guy, and #2 is Plastic Man versus Mr. Fantastic. I want to see that. What else? I don't know. Actually, at the moment, I'm not 100% sure who I want to see fight who. Raiden versus Black Adam? No, Raiden's getting cooked, man. That one. Black Adam versus Raiden. No, I just said that. Fuck. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, this, I'm just so glad I got to see this. The animation was amazing, and obviously, I must reiterate, the bars, man, the bars, they did not stop cooking. They're like, yo, hold up,
Let this man cook.
and he came up with like possibly like the coolest lines that Spawn could ever say, right? This is an unofficial like fan type of animation, but it still feels like, oh my god, this is like actually what Spawn would say, right? What do you say? I eat sins for breakfast and then have a taste of your medicine. Oh, the voice is also really good though. Like obviously it's not Keith David, but like it's really good still, right? Wow. Okay, I'm just glad I saw it. You know? Yeah. But anyways, that was Spawn versus Ghost Rider. Just so hype, so cool. Ooh! I was already spazzing. I was spazzing in the movie video because of how cool it was, right? But anyways, yeah, that was it. See you in the next vid, you son of a bitch.